The pursuit of happiness. What is happiness? Finding the true meaning of happiness has been a major question in the life of man. Happiness is appreciating moments of joy and forgetfulness without letting fear and negativity stop the love that each person should have for oneself and others. Using self awareness to change our inner monologue leads to a habit of seeking good emotions to reach overall happiness. Overcoming tough situations also has a high impact on overall happiness, since it gives us time to look back at life with a different point of view and often a different mentality. The complexities of the pursuit of happiness. As a society, we're stuck on the idea that what we have isn't enough, and there's always someone happier or living a better life than us. While that could be true, we can live with the notion that happiness has to equal perfection. When people focus on the pursuit of happiness, aside from assuming that happiness is the natural desire state of humans, people also tend to assume that if they're not happy, they never will be. Unrealistic pursuit of happiness as a goal can also lead to a range of mental health issues. If you're not able to be in the present moment, you're actually avoiding experiencing what's happening right now, which could be joy, happiness, or pleasure. We end up distracting ourselves from these feelings so we can keep focused on an elusive goal. The hunt for happiness doesn't need to involve chasing after something. It's more about seeing what's already there and learning to appreciate it by trying different kinds of mindfulness strategies. Throughout three different sources, we can look at different points of views. The first one is Jen Kelsang's Niema's TED Talk. Through a TED Talk, she wants her audience to understand that throughout a positive and peaceful state of mind, you can find happiness within yourself. In her argument, she discusses the power of a believing mindset. By changing the way you think and view yourself, you can reach happiness because it allows you to focus on the good around you without being influenced by all the negative that surrounds us in a society. The second source is an article called What Suffering Does by David Brooks. In his article, Brooks explains how happiness is something directly related to pain and how it might be almost impossible to measure someone's happiness level because our emotions are only a tracker of how our lives are going, not our happiness level. The last source is called Happiness in Sri Lanka by Rashmi. This is a story of Rashmi. She's a graduate student from Sri Lanka. She was born in a poor family, and only after moving to England, she started to question her perspective on happiness. This story is a great example on why true happiness will never be achieved through a materialistic life. Having experienced a life filled with love, care from her family, and being surrounded by the simplicity of living in a small village gave Rashmi an idea of where happiness truly comes from. As soon as she changed her lifestyle, she found herself alone and distant from everyone she loved, even if within the comfort of a life with money and a stable career. My takeaways on the pursuit of happiness are that I also have moments in my life where I thought that happiness was really hard to reach. After moving to different countries, I thought I left behind all that made me happy. Only once I understood that my source of happiness wasn't from the people around me or the place I was living in, but my own look on life and how I decided to fulfill my days with enjoyable experiences. I believe that happiness isn't something to be lost or gained in a few hours, but a way of measuring a life that is lived to its fullest. Thank you.